Hi everyone. It's great to see everybody. I wanted to let you know that we're approaching a really important time of the year. We're going to have our Strengths and Goals conferences happening for our elementary students, and that's a time, a really important time where they're able to share back with you the learning that has gone on throughout the first quarter. And so because we're going to be doing that, I wanted to share maybe 3 important points with you that I think will be helpful as you come for these Strengths and Goals conferences that you can use when you're here with your children. That will help strengthen that conference and actually help your students in being able to think about how they set their goals and carry on the work for the coming quarter. So the first one is really to acknowledge and appreciate the effort that they put into their academics. So beyond just knowing what students know about their math, their reading, and their writing, it's really focusing on those work habits that they use to attain those results with math, reading, and language, and the social studies and science areas. It's really about that effort they put in and that positive attitude that they bring. So some of the things that you could do is ask them questions like, what strategies do you use when you really get stuck on a problem? How do you reach out to maybe somebody around you, or how do you raise your hand to ask the teacher for help when you need that? Or, when they're solving a problem for you and showing you something they've done with their work, you could say, I like how you really used problem-solving skills to really get to the bottom of that. Or I like how you really put extra effort into, you saw that you didn't get that right, but you went back and tried it again. So really talking about that persistence they show. So it's really appreciating that effort they put into those academics, because those are the things that really drive progress. A second really important one is connecting the behavior strengths to our learning aspirations. So as you think about what character do they bring to the work that they're doing? How do they collaborate with their friends and the people around them, and the communication they use, and maybe even that cultural competence piece about how they recognize how they get along with everybody in the classroom. So you could ask questions like, how are you being a good collaborator with your peers in your classroom? And how do you reach out to them when you need support or help? And you can validate certain traits with them, like, I like how you're demonstrating communication skills when you're sharing your goals with me. Giving them positive feedback in terms of that learning and how it connects back to what they're sharing with you. And then a third point would be really collaboratively defining what those next steps are going to be as they move forward into quarter 2. So acknowledging, one maybe key goal. Maybe next quarter they want to be a better speller. So how are you going to do that? Or how are mom and dad going to know that you're increasing that? Maybe it's, I'm going to make efforts to look at the word wall of spelling words when I'm doing my writing, so that I really use those prompts around me in the classroom to better upskill myself in some of these different areas. So really setting a goal with them and making sure that they understand how you're going to measure it or how it's going to make it better. So I hope those are 3 key areas that you can kind of concentrate on as we move forward with our Strengths and Goals conferences. This is really a positive time, and I hope that you will reach out with your kids and really use it as a celebration of their learning, because they're going to be able to share with you a lot of different things that they've worked on throughout this quarter, and it should really be a celebration for them. So let's make it that, a celebration for our students.